Howdy folks, Randy the Prepared Christian. Here today we're gonna do a new video and I'm gonna kill a couple birds with one stone. I'm gonna do the fire from one stick challenge, and I'm also gonna show you the basic 511 Morakniv and a couple other nice little things I picked up in the last couple months. So we're gonna try them out here today out in the woods. Folding saw. Now down the hole. Alright folks, here we are. I gotta make a special shout out today. I get people contacting me all the time. Got a friend named Rick that's a big Yankee fan. We call him Rick the Yankee fan. And Rick has been bugging me, when you gonna make a video, when you gonna make a video. So Rick, this video is for you, buddy. Today I'm gonna show you, we got the one stick challenge. Now if you haven't heard of the one stick fire challenge, I got this stick I just cut out. This is beech. It's pretty heavy wood. This may not be the best wood, but it's fairly dry. This stump I'm working on is wet. Had leaves on it, and we've had a couple days of rain this week, so this fire isn't going to go anywhere if it gets started. But the point of the one stick challenge is to take this stick and start a fire with it. Now, you ain't going to do that with a match, lighter. You might be able to get it with some gasoline if you soak it for a while. But the whole idea is to teach you to process your wood down to kindling and smaller, so that it'll catch a spark and you can get a fire going. I'm going to be using three tools. I got this Corona razor tooth folding saw that it's locked, or locks in place. I asked for this for Christmas. My family's real good giving me Christmas presents, and I got this one. I searched for the biggest one. And by the way, I'll have all these links for all these things down in the bottom in the description. But this is a good one. I cut, there's a downed beech branch, big one, over here behind me, and I cut this section out of it. It's up off the ground. It feels like it may be just a touch wet. I don't know. We'll find out when I try to get the fire going, because I may fail at this. So I cut this section out here. So we're pretty much done with that, so I'm going to set it aside. Got this hatchet, and I got this a couple of years ago, and it looks very similar to the Gerber poly, or whatever, polycarbonate handle, whatever you call those. It's got the wedge, and then in the handle of this one there is also a saw, and I've used this a little bit. It as you can see, it's a straight handle, and while it cuts and does an okay job, it would be really good for if you had to cut primitive trap triggers and notches and things like that. But it's a little hard to get going with a bigger piece of wood, so I use the folder for that. But this, I like this. Didn't think I would like it when I ordered it, and even when I took it out of the box, but the more I've used it in the woods, I kind of like it. And it has a striker in the sheath here, so plastic sheath, little belt loop. It also has a carry handle on top, so this is kind of handy. I kind of like it, like I said. And then the other one, got some Gatorade in my Camel back podium. I just ended up getting one of these. It's got open and closed. Even when it's open, barely leaks when it's clear full, and it's closed, You can squeeze it and it doesn't come out. So ended up with one of those, kind of handy little thing. But what I wanted to show you guys today, I wanted to review, is my Morakniv. Now I'll get some close-ups of this, or I'll just come up there. This is the Morakniv, and it says right on the back, basic 511, and it says made in Sweden. I don't know if you can read that or not. I don't know if the pet camera is going to pick it up. Made in Sweden, basic 511, basically everyday carry. Moraknivs are ugly, but they're tough, they're sharp, and they do a heck of a job, and they're cheap. That's the thing. And they make some really good knives. This one, a lot of their higher end knives are laminated steel, whereas they have a hard sharp, or a hard center that holds a really good edge, and they're laminated a little bit softer spring steel that'll take some prying and stuff. This is not a laminated blade here, but it says Morakniv made in Sweden carbon on it right there. And it's got plastic sheath, you know, nothing, and it snaps on your belt. And you can stack these things, like if you're using them commercially for fish or something, you can stack the sheaths together. There's a notch right here, and there's a little notch here that goes right in the back of that. So we're going to use the Morakniv and the Hatchet to process down that piece of beech, and then we'll try to see if we can get it to go with a striker. Oh, did I say they're cheap? This one right here is about $10. But they've got some really nice bushcraft knives. I've seen, I think Dave Canterbury helped make a bushcraft knife that they patterned off of his thoughts, and he pushes these a lot. I've seen these since I was a kid running a trap line. They used to have, all of the old ones had the wooden handles, but they've been around forever, and they're very durable, hold an edge. They do a good job. So anyway, let's see. Oh, I didn't think this stump might be a little mushy to do this with. There we go. Now if I really had to, I could use the knife and get another stick and baton it, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to break my cheap Morakniv if it's going to break, even though it's pretty tough. But we're just going to, should have picked a drier stump. I can hear the Yankee fan laughing right now. And he just laughed when I said that too. There we go. Don't want to break my hand. Some of you are going, why don't you use that other piece of wood as a baton? That's a really good idea. Yeah, that was a great idea. Who thought of that? There we go. Alright, we're making some progress here. As you can see, it's getting smaller and smaller. And you got to keep your fingers out of the way, or you're going to lop one off. And you can see I'm just taking shaves off. We'll use those. Getting some nice widower pieces here. Now we can what I was talking about, baton and the knife. You take these little ones, you can see that, put it right there. When you pound it down the log, it holds it together, so don't keep going. But anyway, what we're shooting for is making it the same as if you're going around picking up all sorts of kindling and stuff, except we're making it all with just one piece of wood. Yeah, this is not going to be great because it keeps breaking instead of going into thin pieces. Okay guys, the bending over there got to my knees a little too much, and also decided beech was a very bad wood to do this with because the grain is pretty tight and it doesn't want to split very good. So I went and got a piece of basswood and started over. And you see I've got a little pile of shavings here, just like if you're going to make a feather stick or something, you can take these shavings, and I got a piece of basswood, and I split it out of, and this is the inside, so it's the driest, because the outside actually was a little bit wet. And now your big problem that most people will do is they'll see this little pile and go, oh, I can get that to take, but then they don't have any wood to put on it. So we're going to try and get a little more and get some of these sticks down to size, and we'll see if we can get this thing lit. How am I doing so far, Rick? Am I making the Yankees proud? Go Jeter, right? I was always a big fan of Joe Girardi when he was with the Rockies, so I don't hate the Yankees as much as I should. Well, he's not with them anymore, so I guess I can hate him. But you can see this Moore knife is doing a fairly good job. Now, I'm kind of slicing off little curls. What you can do is you can turn your blade at right angles to the wood and push it down, and you'll start, I don't know if you can see it, but you're getting little tiny dust and curls, and you can get a whole pile of that going. And I was doing that, and I put it on a leaf, and I'm kind of doing it on the wet log right now, but you get the idea. So anyway, I got a little start there. Let's see if we can just fire this up. My fibromyalgia is kind of getting to me, and I'm having a hard time using my hands right now. The knife's not working quite the way it should, and so anyway, put your fire steel right down in there. Let me get a catch on here. Oh, it's not going to work on the back. There we go. I don't like using the blade. I have. Nope, we're going to have to use the blade. As you can see, I made a mess of it already. Oh, we had it. That leaf is not helping. It's moving everything around. I put it there to keep the wet stump from getting the tinder, but every time I touch the leaf, it moves everything away. Well, I'm not having a lot of luck here. Not going to want to go on the back. This reminds me of when I was a kid. Couldn't get fire started. Whew. I can feel the heat. Well, my hands are quitting work. Well, folks, I can't control my hands very well anymore, so I think I'm going to have to call it a fail. But it would have worked if I could have kept going, and I was having trouble making curls as well. So, but anyway, more knife, inexpensive, great knife. This Hatchet, I kind of like it. Camelback, I like it. Corona saw, I like it. So, till next time, keep your powder dry.